Hello. Now today's in Python series day 6 we are starting. Now today's we are covered anonymous functions, also called lambda functions, another global variable, local variable, then difference between global and local. After that, function compositions, and based on this, some high level coding questions, syntax, and after that, some mixed type of question based on today's covered topic. Now it starts with definitions. What is anonymous functions? Anonymous functions is also called lambda functions. Now, what is lambda functions or what is anonymous functions? Now, anonymous functions is a functions. Anonymous functions is a functions with, without a name. It is created using the lambda keyword and it's generally used for short operations. The syntax of lambda functions is lambda arguments, expressions. Now take one example based on lambda functions. Example 1 based on lambda functions square lambda x is to x into x. Print square 5. Now run this code. What's the output come? 25. Our output comes 25. Why comes 25 output? Because of we are printing a number input given 5. 5, how we find square? X into x. It means a number given 5 putting in place of x into x. Output comes 25. Now take second example based on anonymous functions. Add lambda a plus b. After that print add given number 10, 20. What's the output? Output coming 30. Now let's third example. Students, Shorted. Short. What's output? Something errors keys. Output comes Mohan, Ram, Syam. Students Ram, Syam, Mohan. After that sorting the students key lambda, and after that printing students. So students come Mohan, Ram, Syam. And after that now we are covering global variable. What is global variable? A variable declared outside all functions is called global variable. It can be accessed from anywhere in the program. Now we are going to the syntax of global variable. Variable name, value, and another and next line starting with define functions. After that printing. Now the syntax of global variable is variable name, and another define function. Variable print variable name. This is our syntax of global variable. Syntax of global variable. Now based on this syntax, take one example of global variable. Let's x equal to 100. After that define display and next print value given to x, display print x. What's our output comes? 100. 2 times print, 2 times output comes 100. After that we are taking one example, modify global variable. Now take x equal to 50. Define change. Now next line, global x and x and changes global 80 changed print x. Now output comes 80. Firstly, in given after changing x equal to 50, then define change global value given x, and now firstly given x equal to 50 after changing x equal to 80. So now change print x. The output comes 80. Now we are moved to the next topic, local variable. What is local variable? A variable declared inside a function is called a local variable. It can also be used inside that function. It can also be used inside that function. Now example of local variable is def print y. What's our output comes 20. Our output comes 20. Now we are covering next example, define so y equal 20 print y. Now in these questions error occurred. Why error occurred? Because of y is not defined. Because y is not defined. Now we are moving to the difference between global and local variable. Global variable declares outside functions, but now other side local variable declares inside function. in part of global variable accessible everywhere, but in local variable accessible only inside function. In global variable, lifetime is entire program, but in local variable exist only while function run. Now we are moving to the next topic, function compositions. What is function compositions? Function compositions means using the outside of one function is the input of another function. One functions inside another functions. Then this is called functions compositions. Now the syntax of functions is first one functions f and another functions g. Now see the syntax of functions compositions. This the important topics. This is the syntax of functions composition. Firstly, a function f inside another functions g. Then this called the functions compositions. This is called the functions compositions. Now take one example, basics example based on these topics. Def square return def a number x. Return x plus 5. And now after that print result. Now what's the output? Our output comes 64. Now firstly define square x. After that, how we are finding squares x into x. After that, define add a value to the 5. Return x plus 5. After that result square firstly one functions square another inside another functions add functions. After that print the result. Now in this line firstly one functions square inside another functions add. Then this is the example of functions compositions. Now we are moving to the next questions. Example, def double x. After that return Now, what's the output comes? Our output is 16. Firstly, we are defining double. After that, w- we have a value x. Double means a value that's multiplication two times. After that, we are defining cube. How we are finding cube? A value repeats three times. After that, we are applying functions compositions. Firstly, first functions double, another functions cube. Now after that we run this code, our output comes 16. Now we move to the some practice questions. Find all even number using lambda. Some numbers given. After that print even with the help of lambda. So firstly number given number starting with 1 up to 10. 10 up to 10. After that how we find even using a lambda functions. We are applying lists, filter. After that lambda x equal 0. After that print even. Now output comes 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. How we apply list? Because numbers are given in the list. After that applying filters in 10 numbers. Only we are finding even number. Then they apply filter. After that x is completely divisible by 2, then this number is called even. So then our output comes 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. After that, move to the next questions. Use a global variable inside a functions. Firstly, count. After that, define increment. Now our output comes 6. Firstly, in this problem statement, count is declared outside the functions. We are knowing initial value of count is 5. After that, we are applying def increment. And now after that, we are applying global count. Why applying global count? The global keyword tells Python that the function should use global variable count, not create a new local variable. Without global, Python would treat count as a local variable. Why you tell to try to modify it? Now after applying count plus equal to 1, it means it is equivalent to 1. Now current value of count is 5. After applying count, it's become 6. Now after that, functions call increment. After that, functions call. And now next line after that functions is print count. Then our output comes 6. Print the updated value to the global variable. Now after that, based on these questions, take one next. Define increment to the x. After that, return x plus 1. Now after that, define multiply x, then return x into 10. And now after that, print after that increment to the 5. Now our output comes 60. Firstly, we are defining increment to the value x. After that, return x plus 1. And now after that, multiply if a value x, then they return x into 10. After applying functions composition, firstly multiply, after that in functions inside functions increment 5. Now after that, Our output comes 60. Now after that, we are moving to the questions. Write a Python program to store student name and marks. After that, sort student based on marks using a lambda functions. And after that, display the sorted list. Now starting the code students. Students short for after that print name. Now run this code. Our output comes students sorted by marks Abhishek 65, Ankit 75, Aman 81, Rahul 92. After sorting students' name, Now move to the next question. Employee salary management using global variable. Now create a program that uses a global variable bonus. Calculate each employee final salary after adding the bonus. Calculate each employee final salary after adding the bonus. Now write the code bonus 5,000. After define salary, return amount plus bonus. That print employee 1 salary. Salary, first employee salary 25,000. After that printing second employee salary, employee 2 salary. Now run this code. Something errors find. Now our output comes employee first salary 30,000 and employee 2 salary 45,000. How it becomes 30,000 and 45,000? Firstly, bonus. We have bonus 5,000. After defining salary, in these questions, we are calculating each employee's final salary. So how would it final salary? Salary plus bonus. To return amount plus bonus, employee's first salary. Salary is 25,000. After adding 5,000, it would become 3,000. And now employee's second salary 40,000. And after that it becomes adding 5,000. It would becomes 45,000. Now after that we move to the next questions. Student grade calculator using functions compositions. Calculate the grade by combining two functions. Calculate the grade after combining two functions. Percentage total, then return total divided by 5. Define grade if Percentage. Now our output comes percentage 86 grade B. Firstly, define percentage total. Return total number upon 5. Total 5 subjects. Firstly, define grades. If percentage is greater than equal to 90, so then grades would become A. If percentage is greater than or equal to 75, so return grade B. If percentage is greater than equal to 60, then return C grade. If percentage is below 60, then it will be considered fail. And marks would total 430. Total 430 marks and total 5 subjects. So 430 divided upon 5, then it would be it would create percentage. After that we are execute this code, then the result would becomes grade B percentage 86%. Now we are moving to the next question related to library management using lambda functions. Our question says sort book according to price. Sorting the book according to the price. Firstly, we are making to the list of books. Python 600, Java book for 1500, C++ book cost 700, after database book 500, after that books short Now execute this code. Error finding in keys. Now our output becomes Java 400 sorting the book price. Sorting the book price. Java book 450, DBMS book 500, Python book 650, and after that C++ book cost 700. Now after that we move to the next topics. Recursion covered in this lecture. What is recursion? Recursion is a programming technique in which a function calls itself to solve a problem. It breaks a large problem into similar subproblems until a base case is reached. In short, recursion is functions call itself to solve the problem. Now the syntax of recursion is firstly define function's name. After that we use if case, then else, then return the value. Now see the syntax of recursion. Define function's name, define function name, parameters. After that if case is used. Base condition. After that value is returned. After that applying else condition. Then return the value. After that call the functions. Functions call. This is the syntax of recursion. Firstly define function's name. After that if condition is used, then return the value. After that else statement, then return. After that call the functions. Then this is the syntax of recursion. Now we move to the example based on recursion. First example, factorial using recursion. After applying, firstly applying def define functions name. After that if statement. After that return the value. After applying else statement, then return. Then print the factorial. 5. Then our output is 120. Now the next example related to Fibonacci series. Return Fibonacci number n minus 1 plus I in range 7. After that print Fibonacci. What's our output? Now we are moved to the next questions. Write recursive functions to find the largest element in a list. A list is given. We are finding the largest element using recursive functions. Now in these questions we are finding the largest elements in a list with the help of recursive functions. So firstly we are defining a list. If the length of list 1, then return the list 0. After that m maximum list. Firstly we are defining a function name maximum. It takes one parameter list. After that base case. If the element contains only one element, that element is automatically the maximum. This is the base case that stops the recursion. After that recursive call m equal to maximum list means all element except first. The functions call itself to find a maximum element, maximum the remaining list. Now step 4, after compare first element then it last calls base case. After that final output it would become 89. Now in day 6 lecture we are covering Anonymous functions, global and local variable, functions compositions, recursions, from basic levels to high level, as well as definitions. Now, next day, we are covering Python series, day 7 lectures.